Wednesday. Yes. Yes. Props to my man Ryan M for sending me the jazz instrumental version of the podcast jingle. What's up, y'all? This is Wax. Coming to you live and direct from me apartment. I don't even know what accent that was. But coming to you live and direct from my apartment here in Venice, California. I'm going to be fucking honest with you. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I was en route to San Diego to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. But I gotta do the podcast, man. I'm fucking dedicated to this shit. It's episode 14. I'm gonna have episode 15. I'm gonna do this shit every week, and I'm dedicated to getting it done. I know that there's a small amount of you out there that actually enjoy listening to this and actually look forward to it happening every week. So I already let you down last week by putting it out on Thursday instead of Wednesday. I'm not doing that anymore. Every time it's gonna be Wednesday. I don't care. It don't matter if I got a family obligation. It don't matter if it's Thanksgiving time. It don't matter. The podcast comes first. That's the motto here on Wax's podcast. That's my motto now. Podcast comes first. So you heard it here first. Podcast comes first. Yada, yada, yada. But I got to be honest with you. I wish that I was already in San Diego. I had plans today, and I didn't get the podcast done last night. I was working last night, and as some of you know, when I work on music, I tend to drink. And I have my homies Curtis and Davey here. And by the time we finished working, excuse me, it was about 3 a.m. And me and Curtis, I was like, Curtis, I got to record the podcast, man. And he was like, all right, play it. That's how he talks. But but he was, he was relatively sober. He doesn't drink like I do. But I listened to what we recorded this morning, and it's fucking embarrassing. Like, the way that I sound, I'm just fucking drunk. I sound like an idiot. So I got to record it again, and I woke up today. I woke up kind of late because we stayed up so late, and I had to run some errands and such. I had to go through everybody's emails. I didn't get to every email. I usually like to reply to everybody, but I was kind of pressed for time today. But my original plan, I booked a hotel in San Diego tonight. I actually booked a hotel room because my brother's house is kind of full. We got family in town and shit. So I booked a fucking pretty nice hotel, like downtown Gaslamp District, San Diego. If anybody lives in San Diego and a party down there tonight, hit me up on Twitter or something. Let me know where you're at, because that was my plan. My plan was to get down there during the day, like maybe go to Old Town, get myself a taco, something like that, and then maybe go to the beach, look at some of these girls walking by. You know what I mean? Relax, let the sun fucking bounce off my enormous fucking dome. And just fucking kick it. But the podcast comes first. So I'm here doing the podcast, and it's all good. Like I said, I'm a little underprepared. I feel like I say that every week now. Like the first couple weeks, I was like fucking writing down material and thinking like stuff I could say. And now it's like every week, like my preparation is becoming smaller and smaller. But I want to change that too. I really have been mad busy. This week working on my album. My album is called Continue, which will be coming out January 15th, 2013. Just finished, actually. That's why I was staying up so late last night, because we were kind of on a roll. Finished this little ditty last night, which is actually, I think, going to be a big song for me. When I say big, I don't even know what that means. I just think that people are going to fuck with this song. Yeah, so I think later on the podcast, I think I will put a little bit of the audio that me and Curtis recorded last night when I was trying to do the podcast. But I sound fucking stupid as shit. I don't even know how he was talking to me. I didn't know why he even played along, because it was one of those moments where, like, if like when you see your friend and you're like the next day after partying with him, you look at me like, dude, you were fucked up last night. If Curtis saw me right now, he'd probably give me one of those. So, you know what, fuck it. I'll play a little bit of it right now. Betty White face.
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz body.
I'll go for it.
Y'all gotta understand, like, what Curtis is saying is, like, if you walk down the street and you see a girl and she's like jogging by. Yeah. Walking. She's like speed walking by, jogging by.
Looking physically,
and you look at her feet, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Come up to the shin, come up to the calves. looking good.
Right,
Come up
right,
to the
right.
ass. Oh, the
Like,
ass
okay.
looks good.
Winner.
The ass looks good. Her fucking stomach. You keep on going up.
Nice
Your
fat
fucking
tongue.
eyes look up.
Yeah.
Her stomach looks good. Titties looking great.
Voluptuous.
Probably fake. You don't know. Maybe
80% chance is probably fake.
I would say I think 80% chances are good. And then you get up to her face, and
Yeah.
it's Betty White's face.
Yeah, like Betty. Betty. Betty, you're looking good, but Betty. Damn.
I just fucking shit.
Hey.
I fucked your headphones
Nah,
up.
you good. It's all
No,
good.
but you're right though. You're right. It's Betty White's face, and it's a regular body.
The body is just amazing. I've never seen shit like that. I've seen another chick. There's another woman in my neighborhood. She walks her dog, right? Just walks her dog, and I swear she wears like platform shoes. I don't know if she's trying to get a calf workout or what, but platform shoes with booty shorts, like straight booty shorts, just walking the block, perusing with her dog. Like, damn. And I know she's looking to see who sees her. Like, yo, yeah, who sees me?
She has to be looking.
Who sees me? Well, I see you.
So what do you say when you see her? Do you say anything?
I honk the horn. Give a little couple honks real quick. Beep beep. Beep beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep?
What if your girl's with you though? What if your girl's with
That's
you?
a funny one, huh?
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Nah,
What's
no,
it?
that's funny.
Honk,
Man.
honk. Why are you beeping at? She knows you're beeping at.
Right.
It's like the song was unnatural aphrodisiac.
Hey, right. I probably wouldn't beep, but I probably, act like I got a crink in my neck real quick. You know? All of a sudden, something was over in that left-hand corner, so I had to look over there real quick. Yeah. I think your girl always catch you looking. You know what I'm saying? That's what eyes are for, right? You're allowed to look.
She's
but
gonna
you can't
catch you.
touch.
She's
Yeah.
gonna catch you.
I think my girl's definitely probably caught me looking, quite a few times. But I'm not like blatantly like all up in it, like, oh. But I'm just
Isn't
like,
there a
damn.
difference though? Like if we're looking. So you can see that was a clip of us doing the podcast last night, and you can see what I was talking about. That was actually the most coherent part of the shit. I kept on asking Curtis the same questions, and it would take me forever to ask the questions. But that was us talking about. He lives in Dana Point right now. If you don't know what Dana Point is in Orange County in California. And I don't know everything about Dana Point, but Curtis is from D.C., and he now lives in Dana Point. He's been living there for a few months now. And Dana Point is kind of like an old white people community, kind of like a lot of people go there to retire, just like the way people go to certain places in Florida, like Boca Raton or I don't know what I can't remember exactly what areas, but places in Florida, places in Arizona. Old people like to retire in places where it's hot because I guess maybe cold. There's something about cold weather that's bad for older people, but. I don't even know if that's true at all. I have no idea if that's true. But there's a lot of old white rich people in Dana Point. And he says that like when he walks down the street, there's always like old ladies who like I guess they've been hot their whole life, so as they get older they struggle with staying hot. You see a lot of that in Southern California. You see a lot of like old people with old faces. And sometimes they look old because they naturally look old. Sometimes they just kind of look old because people have tried so much to get the plastic surgery and it's just all fucking beat up and leathery. But they still keep their bodies all right. So he says that's a very common sight where he's at is the Betty White face, Penelope Cruz body. So if you are interested in hearing more of that, you can come over to my house and get that file off the hard drive because I'm not putting it out anywhere. Well, that's that part of the podcast. Like I said, I don't have much to say. I can't even remember what I said before I played that clip. I edited out what I just said. I started saying something that wasn't funny and stupid. I just want to get the fuck out of here. I just want to go to San Diego. I want to fucking lay on a hammock. That's what I want to do. I want to lay on a hammock. I'm even looking at a picture on my wall that has like a little like palm tree on it. And I see palm trees out of the window. It's a fucking beautiful day. It's a fucking beautiful day right now. It's perfect. It's a perfect day. But the podcast comes first, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm inside in front of a fucking microphone. I don't know if you guys understand that this takes a lot of time to do this. Like sometimes I have to hit record again because I said something stupid. It usually takes me like the third or fourth time to even get going right. And then I got to bounce the shit out of Pro Tools. I got to listen to it, make sure I didn't say something too fucking politically incorrect. Then I got to upload it. And I say all this stuff knowing full well that it's fucking pound first world problems. But I live in the first fucking world. These are the kind of problems I experience. And you know, you're just going to have to deal with it. You know, you can tune out. You can undownload. You can take this podcast you downloaded, put it into your trash bin, and hit empty. Or whatever way that you guys still use PC computers, whatever. I can't even remember the way that you delete stuff off a PC computer. Maybe you just hit delete. Maybe there's like a trash bin. Or was it the recycle bin? It was the recycle bin on a PC. When I see a PC computer, like when I see somebody working with like some big, like Dell laptop in their lap, like it just looks like some old shit now. It's weird how technology moves so fast. I don't know. Like BlackBerry used to be like the ill shit. Now like EOM has a BlackBerry and he's like embarrassed of it and shit. I remember when that was the standard shit. Now that shit moves so fucking fast. But, you know, that just might be me and where I live, who I associate with, because I know that PCs still are a much greater part of the market share as far as computers than Apple is. And I know that because somebody told me that last night. My boy Davey told me that it's like 90%. I don't think it's 90%, man. It couldn't possibly be 90%, but he said 90% of the corporate world it still is on PCs. And that shit is crazy to me, man, because you can't get a fucking virus on a Mac. I've never known somebody that's they've had like a couple viruses ever. And every time I ever had a PC, I'd get a couple viruses within the first day of like using it. So all you fucking people out there that's talking shit, well, you should have updated your PC and fucking kept it blah, 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 and defragmented the defibrillator. Blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? With my Apple computer, I don't have to do any of that bullshit. I don't have to know anything. I just go on the internet. I could fucking go to any porn website. I could go to fucking I could go to downloadavirus.com and fucking click every fucking link on the page. And I'll be fine. Whereas with a PC, when I used to have like PC desktops and shit, like I couldn't do anything without getting pop-up windows, fucking McAfee, Norton, virus scan, fucking... Not even that. It took 10 to 15 minutes for it to even like... From the time you turn it on to the time that you can actually do anything, it took at least 15 minutes usually for it to work. And once again, I fucking realize there's starving children in the world. I realize that there's fucking violence going on right now in the Middle East. Unprecedented violence in the Gaza Strip. And I'm complaining about how long it used to take me to turn on my PC computer. I don't know. I wish that people complain about first world problems, but that should be our goal. Our goal is that everybody's problems should be these easy problems. I mean, I don't even want to give my opinion on the way that people are, man. The third world problems, maybe it's because we still think in third world ways, man. We still believe that in these fucking crazy religions, and we still believe that these religions are true enough that we will sacrifice ourselves, we'll kill other people. We think a fucking piece of ground is some kind of sacred thing. Like, first of all, why are the people in the Middle East fighting? Well, I know that there's a lot of oil and shit there. Maybe there's no oil in Southern California. Maybe that's why this isn't sacred territory. But I would think that this would be a piece of land worth fighting for. Like, why don't you fight for, like, Hawaii? Fight for, like, fucking some dope shit. Like, fight for the island of Fiji or something like that. Like, I don't know. I've never been to the Gaza Strip, but I feel like it might be like a barren kind of desert land. And I say that based on nothing either, but I thought the Middle East was kind of like mostly a desert kind of region. But I will say, and I'm only saying this because I don't give a fuck this week, we need to fucking stop believing in all these fucking religions. It's Christianity too. Like, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna be if you're offended, I don't give a fuck. A fucking virgin had God's baby. Really? A virgin had God's baby? I think the same people that believe in these things are the same people that laugh at America's Funniest Home Videos when that shit was out. They're the same people that make like the biggest clips on YouTube, like cute kitten falls off a tree. They're the same people that fucking would listen to my song about Coke or Pepsi, which one is better, I can't decide. I'm sorry. I had to cut that off. I just went into like a really ignorant rant. Not ignorant as in hateful and racist and offensive. Ignorant as in like I was saying statistics that I'm absolutely sure have no factual basis. But I stand by some of the shit I just said, so fuck it. I don't care. Let's do call someone and fuck with them. All right, let's do some call someone and fuck with them. This one I'm gonna retry calling Acumental from the Palmer Squares. I don't even think I'm gonna do a prank thing. He knows I tried to call him, so he knows that if it. See if he answers the phone. I think dude's got a job and shit like that. It's also almost Thanksgiving, but maybe he will, maybe he won't. You never know.
Hello?
Yo, Acumental.
Yo, what's up?
Acumental, smack you in the middle. What are you doing, man? What are you up to?
I'm sitting on a train right now. I'm hoping I don't lose service when I go into the tunnel one stop from where I'm at.
Right through the
I'm
tunnel.
on my way heading home from work. What's up?
Chilling, man. I'm actually doing my podcast right now. I tried to call you a couple weeks ago, and I'm calling you again. I hope I don't lose you. Do you feel weird talking on the train, like doing kind of like an interview thing while you're on the train?
Yeah, this is weird. Let's do it.
Is there anybody next to you?
Yes.
Could you describe them in detail over the phone while staring at them?
You know, you got your leather jacket, you got your jeans, dude. I don't want to get into too much detail.
Right. They'll know exactly who you're talking about. But yo, so congratulations on the new video, man. That shit is dope.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for sharing that. That's it's been doing better than our usual post in the first couple of days, and that's probably thanks to Big Wax. So thanks for sharing that, man.
Oh, that's nothing, man. That's nothing. The song is called "Boost the Levels," y'all. Palmer Squares, "Boost the Levels." Check that shit out on YouTube. And from what from what I understand, y'all have a new project coming out, right?
Yes, we do. That right now is we're planning on releasing that on December 11th, my mother's birthday. But we're going to drop that mid-December, and that'll be available on iTunes and Amazon, and we're going to put it up for free on our Bandcamp shortly after that. But that Boost Level video is in promotion of that EP we worked on with our producer, Drew.
Nice. December 11th. You can turn December 11th and make it blow up like it's September 11th. I don't know.
Oh,
anybody ever rapped?
Too soon, bro.
Can you rhyme December 11th with September 11th? That sounds like something that like Jules Santana would do.
Yeah, that's kind of like a half rhyme. I'm only feeling half of it, really.
Right.
And then they go for November 11th, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's true. And then you could just flip that to, November 7th, December 7th. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got basically 2 days of the month that rhyme perfectly with each other.
Exactly.
And then 12 times around.
Somehow you go into December 7th, 11th. I don't know. But I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time on this shit, man. What's new with you, bro?
Not a lot. We got Thanksgiving going on. I want to wish you and your podcast listeners a happy Thanksgiving. We'll do that right now.
I appreciate it. I can't speak for them, but I hope they appreciate it. I was actually I was talking about Thanksgiving earlier. I realized in the middle of talking about that I have absolutely no fucking idea what the origin of the holiday is. Like what really happened. I know there's pilgrims and Indians and turkeys and shit, but do you know off the top of your head, like, could you explain to somebody that's in a foreign country what Thanksgiving is? Ride through the tunnel. I think we lost him, y'all, and it sucks because maybe we didn't actually lose him. Maybe it isn't riding through the tunnel. Maybe he just acted like that because he's Acumental right now at this moment is Googling Thanksgiving. He's Googling what it means, and he's going to call me back and be like, oh, man, sorry for the ride on the tunnel. What were you asking about? Thanksgiving? Oh, yeah. That was in 1745 when Sir John Smith went to the Pocahontas' laboratory, and Lewis and Clark gave them a canister of maize. And the maize, was sacrificial in that the turkey came, But anyway, that was kind of a shitty version of call someone and fuck with them. Not the greatest luck for Acumental from the Palmer Squares as far as the call someone and fuck with them segment. He did get to promote his album a little bit, but I wanted to talk. I don't give a shit about albums, and we all know we make make albums and such. I wanted to get his opinion on Thanksgiving. I wanted to see what he's up to. I wanted to talk. He said he was coming home from work. I wanted to talk about like what he does for a living on his regular job and shit like that. But I just got a text message from him. He's not. I don't know what the fuck it says. Fuck. Treated by the subway tunnel? Is that like a Chicago word? Treated? I don't know what the fuck that means. But that's Ecumeno from the Palmer Squares. I will be right back. I'm going to reset this little wiring shit. So, fuck you. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about today. I just want to apologize, y'all. I want to apologize. This podcast, and last week's podcast too, have been half-assed. And even last one was not only half-assed, but it was late, and this one is half-assed. And you could even just tell in the way I'm speaking right now that, you know, my brain's just not there, and I feel like an asshole. I feel like I'm letting you down, and I'm not putting 100% into the podcast. And as I said earlier, podcast comes first, and I'm not acting like that this week. I'm not acting like that, and I promise in the future I will change. I will change. The future will be a new day. We are going to change. I'm not going to do my Barack Obama impression. Although I do appreciate some people thought I was pretty good at it, and I think that if I had ever tried to, like, that was the first time I've done a Barack Obama impression, really. Like, I think that I could do a Barack, if I like fucking sat and watched and tried to master it, I think I could murder a Barack Obama impression. I think I could have done a good Bill Clinton impression too, although I look like neither of those people, so it wouldn't matter so much. Anyway, let's just get this fucking podcast over with. I'm gonna go to the questions. Shout out to my man Ryan M with the intro. Shout out to my man Dominic, Kobe B, Joffrey M, Gianna, Snugs O'Brien, Kaylin from Monday's Cure. I think that was supposed to be Caleb, but not Caleb. Either way, I apologize. Chris H, Giovanni B, Robert from Ventura, Raul S. Sorry I didn't reply, man. That was a pretty crazy story in your email. I'll get to it later this week, man. I just was pressed for time today. Joe C with the artwork. Thank you very much, sir. Menace from NYC. Dan S. My man Raul Justice. Raul Justice hit me up. He saw that he got the shout out on the toothbrush video. That was a little Easter egg for the podcast listeners. Raul Justice coming to save the day. It was a dark day in East Los Angeles. There was gang violence everywhere. The city was riddled with bullets. Fucking Raul Justice comes in, but Raul Justice doesn't say shit. Like, Raul Justice is that character that my boy Frank plays with the mustache. He don't have to say a goddamn thing. He comes in and fucking starts beating the shit out of people with his classical guitar. I think that me and Frank like might actually make that movie. It might end up being pretty much like instead of like it'd be like the Latin version of Pootie Tang. But I think that shit could be hilarious, man. Raul Justice bringing fucking justice to the barrio, you know. I think that shit would be awesome. Anyway, shout out to Mr. C, Brennan, to Steffi, Cornelius G, James Z, Kevin B, TJL, Jenna B, and Jesse U and Alberta. Like I said earlier, I didn't get to everybody's email this time, so I'm gonna just double up next week as far as replying to people and stuff like that. Like I like to reply to people that send me questions, and I didn't get to do that this week like I like to do. Because I'm pressed for time and I'm an asshole and I'm not putting 100% into the podcast, like I said earlier, which is going against the brand new slogan of the podcast, which is, podcast comes first. This is not something I planned, by the way. Nothing that I've said today is something that I planned. I literally have, the only thing that I had written on a piece of paper today, out of all the shit that I've said on this podcast, the only thing that I've had written on a piece of paper is a song about Coke versus Pepsi. I find that fucking hilarious to just do a song about, I don't know, man. I like Coke. I love the taste of it. I love to drink soda. But Pepsi's good too. Oh my God. Like something just fucking dumb, mundane like that. Because that's what I feel like society is like. Society is just fucking, it's that fucking idiocracy shit, man. Anyway, let's go to some questions. This is from Juan G in Jalisco, Mexico. That's what's up, man. Big wax, a.k.a. small wax, a.k.a. medium-sized wax, a.k.a. above-average size wax. Man, love the dumb shit you keep bringing every week. Seems like you got a crazy work ethic. You hear that, folks? Seems like I got a crazy work ethic. I was working late last night. I do drink while I work. I smoke while I work or whatever, but I do have a pretty hard work ethic, man. I give up a lot of shit, man. I sit here and I fucking do a lot of work. I don't get out much, man. When this album drops, I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of time to just fucking time for myself, you know. Try to quit smoking. Try to go out and do some shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, man, was wondering, who are your top 5 or 10 favorite hip-hop MCs, producers, and albums of all time? Just curious. Appreciate the hard work and dedication. I appreciate that, Juan, and I appreciate you fucking noticing that I actually put work into this shit. A lot of you guys think I fucking sit here and jerk off and fucking get high all day and watch fucking cartoons and eat bonbons. But no! I don't. But I just wanted to answer this one really because it's the top 5 or 10 favorite MCs I can't do, man. I can't do top 5 lists because everybody has every you know, music serves different purposes at different times, and some days I like one person, some days I like another person, and I haven't heard everybody. Like, there's classic rappers, there's classic albums, there's non-classic people, underground people that I've just never heard. So I don't like to say who my favorites are because I still haven't heard them all yet. So I will say that out of people I have heard, let's just go with albums. First of all, just shout out to Kendrick Lamar's album. I think I said I liked that last week, but that's a fucking great album. If you don't have Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City album, and you're a hip hop fan, you should get that. That's one of the best albums I heard in a while. Other hip hop albums I like: Midnight Marauders, classic Tribe Called Quest album. What was the old album I was listening to the other day? I was listening to an old Gangstar album, Hard to Earn. Anything Premier does is at least pretty good. I mean, that shit is... DJ Premier is probably my favorite hip-hop producer of all time. I realize he has his very own specific sound, and he doesn't do like a lot of different shit. It's all boom bap New York style rap. But that sounded like a guru lyric that would be said. Boom bap New York style rap. I can't do his voice, it's just too crazy. But I mean, Premier, man, Premier is the illest, dude. Like, when you think of hip hop, like you think of like a DJ Premier beat. I think he's my favorite producer. I will say that. I don't have to go out on a limb on that, man. As far as people that influence me, as far as the way I make music, definitely the way Premier makes hip hop beats. Let's go to the next one. Ryan T. This one's from Ryan T. Please do a Kickstarter, ask for donations, sell merch, charge fans for blowjobs, anything to get your legal issues sorted out. Canada loves you and you know you love them back. P.S. Be safe out there. Thank you, Ryan T. And I have thought about that, man. I have thought about like if my shit gets a little bigger, like if it starts to make more sense from a financial perspective, I know that there's nothing that money can't solve as far as legal shit. Like, I know Brian, my manager Brian, he worked at Interscope for years and years, and like when 50 Cent was blowing up is when he was working at Interscope, and you know they'd have to fly like 15 felons in 50's crew to like every country around the world. And you know, there's always people you can call, there's always palms you can grease, and there's always a way to get it done. So money runs a lot of shit at these parts, and I know that I could eventually get into Canada. I don't know that for a fact, but I know that I eventually want to try to get back in there. But until then, there's always Buffalo or Detroit if you live in Windsor. Or if you live in Vancouver, I don't know how close Seattle is. It's probably 3 hours. I have no fucking clue. Jesus Christ, I'd pull that out of nowhere. I don't know. I've been to Seattle several times, but I can't remember how far it is from Vancouver. If you live in Calgary, there is what's under there, Montana or something. I don't know where Calgary is. I know it's in the middle somewhere. Is that closer to the Great Lakes, or is it? I don't know. Whatever, bro. Fucking Christ. What am I talking about? Why do you listen to this? Daniel B. This is from Daniel B. Yo, Wax, I wanted to hear your 2 cents on internet culture. Memes, for example. I heard EOM talking about Reddit in one episode and was wondering if you're into web culture as well. EOM is very into web culture, by the way. He checks like all those kind of sites like I mean mainly Reddit, but he has like all these little like sites like that he checks. He has all these memes on his BlackBerry that he always sends on his phone. But I love internet culture, man. It's interesting to see how it's grown. Like if I remember when typing LOL was like some real questionable shit. If you're like a dude, it was like some questionable shit to type LOL. God forbid if you were like sending a smiley face or something like that. But it's interesting to see how all that is acceptable now. Like even being a rapper, like a quote unquote YouTube rapper, when me and my brother first started doing it, was some like nerdy ass shit. Like people like 50 Cent and shit would never do some shit like that. Well, but 50 Cent, that was a bad example because he's actually one of the first. He got on that shit pretty quick, got his own website and got his own presence and shit like that. But it's just interesting to see how that shit's become, mainstream, bro. But the whole meme shit is getting out of hand. Like the fucking dumb ones that girls post on Instagram with like the old school picture of a girl that has some dumb statement on it like, I'm on my period, stay out of the way. Some dumb shit like that or whatever. Like, and I hate the fucking Willy Wonka one. I hate that fucking stupid ass Willy Wonka one. Because it's always unfunny. That's the problem with the internet is these same people that would laugh at America's Funniest Home Videos are the people that share this unfunny shit. They're the same people that, if you're on Twitter and there's a trending topic, and you go to the trending topic, like there's like a million people that like just say the same tweet as somebody else. Like, why would you do that? Do you think like people aren't gonna know that you just? I don't know. I don't get it. Don't get it, bro. God, this is a really praise heavy question. But I just want to get quick. I just want to quickly say this. What up, dude? Who's this from? This is from. Oh shit! Did I not get the name? Oh, this is from Ryan. Ryan, what up, dude? I've been listening to your stuff for a minute. I wanted to tell you how much I respect you as an artist. From your writing to rapping to singing production, your shit is impressive. I appreciate that, man. My question is about your writing process. This sounds so praise heavily. I'm not reading this because it is, but I probably am. You have this ability to produce really thought-provoking stuff like Don't Need to outright funny and sing-alongable stuff like Rosanna. So what advice do you have for aspiring writers? Any tips for fighting writer's block and finding your own lane within music? Yes, I do. I wanted to answer this question because we were just talking about this last night. I have a really good friend. His name is Davey Nathan. Davey Nathan on Twitter. DAVYNATHAN. He's a really talented writer, arranger, amazing piano player. And he's been playing with me for the last few years, and we're producing some stuff together. He's really good at what he does, and we're just talking about the songwriting process, and like, I think if you're having writer's block, the key to not having it anymore is to stop writing. Like, the harder you try, the fucking harder it is, and sometimes shit just comes to you really easily, and as far as creating your own lane, man, you just got to do stuff that's true to yourself, and don't try to cut. You're gonna in the beginning you're gonna have no choice really but to kind of copy what other people are doing because you're still being influenced by a lot of different things, and you're always gonna be influenced by shit, and shit can help you to mold you and to make you into different shit. But as long as you're writing shit that comes from the heart, I think that you're just gonna naturally create your own lane. And that's why those type of people that kind of have their own perspective and write from just within their own sense of truth are the people that have success. Whereas, so you might have a one hit or something like that if you just do some big dance song or whatever, but the people that last a long time tend to be the ones that kind of have like a perspective that people can relate to. So in short, my advice to you is to not think too hard and just do what comes naturally. And if nothing's coming to you, all my fucking best songs are from taking a break. I fucking couldn't think of something to write, so I went to the Dispensary, saw the hot chick. Way back, I wrote the Dispensary song, Dispensary Girl. Two Wheels was the same way. Just riding the bike to the studio. I wrote the song. I couldn't think anything in this. Can't always think of something in the studio, but riding the bike to the studio, wrote the song. It's all shit that happens when you take a break, or shit that, or like I don't know. You tell yourself you're not gonna be. You tell yourself, you know what? I'm just gonna chill on messing with these broads. I'm not gonna be like going out on little dates or having a girlfriend or nothing. But if you don't, but you know, a lot of that stuff is where you write a lot of, inspired to write a lot of boogie ba-da-doo ba-da-dee. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Wax. This is from, I just wanted to read this one because this is from Tommy, or I don't know if it's Tommy or Tomi, Tomi in Finland. And I had heard that there was some, I was getting some spins for my song Rosanna in Finland on Finnish radio. That's not the type of, it's not like Finnish like end, like I meant like Finnish, F-I-N-N-I-S-H, as in from Finland. I was listening to the radio yesterday and the host was talking about this, quote, Latino rapper who got a deal with Def Jam, unquote, and to my surprise it was you. Then they started, first of all, I'm half, just to get it straight, I'm half Cuban and half Irish. I don't even know if I'm Latino or not. I don't know. I was adopted. My parents that raised me are white. I have since met I've recently met actually my parents that are my biological parents. And I can tell you that my dad is definitely Hispanic. I mean, he has an accent. His family all speaks Spanish. But am I Hispanic? I don't fucking know. But either way, it says Latino rapper who got to deal with Def Jam. I'm going to say that I am Latino because when I applied to college, I filled out the bubble that said I was Latino. It's because if it says 50%, that's what you are, right? So I guess I'm going to say that I am. But I don't really give a shit. I just care that they're playing my shit on the Finland radio, man. They can say whatever they want. They started playing Rosanna. It made my fucking day. I've been following you since New Crack, and hearing your music play on local radio station made me very happy. That is awesome. Also, one of the hosts said that you are sure to be a one-hit wonder, which pissed me off. Do you get any money for your music playing on Finnish radio, or are they just ripping you off? Also, you said on a previous podcast that the main thing that record labels do nowadays is get you on the radio, but I guess you can get on there even without a deal, at least in a cold shithole country like mine. Ouch, man. Ouch. Have you ever heard of your music playing in other countries abroad? I can tell you this. I get paid for like radio play, but it's really small amount. I don't even know how much they play in Finland radio. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. Maybe I'm not getting paid. I'm not very good at the music industry. I've discovered that over a long period of time. I don't really understand everything that goes on in the music industry because a lot of it's very shady, and a lot of it is very hard to. The accounting. Think about how difficult the accounting process is in collecting royalties. Like, you know, if there's a soccer game in fucking Madagascar and they play your song, they owe you money. But like, how is it's very hard for these like publishing companies and shit like that to keep track of all that stuff. So I don't even know if I got paid for that. But I will tell you that there are things going on behind the scenes in your area of the world where the song Rosanna is doing well for me, and there's a lot of people over there that just believe in that song for some reason. I don't know why. There's not that many people over here that feel that way, but people in Finland and Germany and Austria, there's some people that have emailed me and shit like that are kind of helping me do some things. So hopefully if everything works out right, you'll hear that song on the radio some more, and I'll be able to come over there, and I'll be the fucking rap game David Hasselhoff. So I hope that happens. Oh, here's the Facebook station of the radio section if you want to get your money from them or something. I don't give a shit about money, dude. I'm just glad that they're playing it, man. You got to understand, that's fucking amazing. Like, Finland, I've never been to Finland, and they're playing my song there. That's fucking amazing. I could give a shit about the 5 cents. I really could give a shit, or you know, what's 5 cents in euros? I don't know. Do they use euros in Finland? Is that one of the European countries that does use euros? I'm pretty sure it is. It's mostly just the UK that still goes by their own currency, right? I don't really know. But, all right, that's my answer to that question. This one is from, motherfuckers be texting me, son. This is from Avid Promo. My name is Avid, but today you shall call me Sprung because of the story and question I will be soon presenting you with. I like that intro. Question I will soon be presenting you with. P.S. Your music sucks because I don't want to praise you like most do on here. I wish more people would tell me my shit sucks. A lot of people did recently. A lot of people didn't like that Toothbrush song. But it's all good. There'll be you can't please everybody. Shout out to Raul Justice for making it into the toothbrush video. Fuck yeah, my man Raul Justice. 20 years old. I'm 20 years old and from New Orleans. Do a show here. I would love to do a show there, man. I haven't been to New Orleans in a while. I have never been there since the hurricane happened, actually. But so I don't know what it's like down there. But I hope to do a lot. I'm gonna be touring a lot next year, and I'm sure the NO will be on that list. Anyway, about a year ago, I met a beautiful 21-year-old girl at one of my friend's birthday parties. I do music videos and my friends make music, so her being a singer was what made the girl I was talking to at the time introduce us. Well, when me and the introducer had a fallout, parentheses, whore, it just so happened that this singer was coming around a lot for me to help me with her songwriting and stuff. She's a talented gal. My friends would crack jokes on me about us hooking up, but playing a bit of a manager role made me continually tell myself that I would not, all capital letters, let a business relationship turn into an intimate one. Though, as hard as I tried, I could tell she was into me and we just vibed so well. I've been with a good number of girls at my age, but I've never had such a connection like this in my life. What did you said you're 21, okay. And she would agree with me saying she could see herself marrying me, which scared the shit out of me because I kind of agreed. Since then, we have had such an unstable relationship with each other, littered with fallouts and coming back togethers. Mostly through small shit because of her emotional stability due to the recent passing of her father 9 months ago and her, quote, not being ready for a deep relationship, end quote. Well, that's understandable, man. You're 20 years old and your father dies. I mean, that's definitely a rough time in your life. But you know, if you guys are telling each other that you could see yourselves marrying each other, there's definitely something to pursue there. But right after you said that, you said the relationship has been, you know, volatile and littered with fallouts. You have a good vocabulary here. By the way, she has been attending church her entire life and is still a virgin, while I am agnostic, but growing more and more of a belief in a higher power. She's still a virgin, huh? Interesting. What should I do? I think I'm in love, but could it be that we're both too young to work things out right now? I mean, 20 and 21 is not that young. I mean, it's definitely, there's a lot of people that, you know, meet their the one or whatever even much earlier than that. So if you guys love each other, I mean, I think that you kind of owe it to yourselves to at least pursue something. You say, should I continue trying or should I just stop being a puss and give up on it so that I can just move on? I mean, I don't know the girl, I don't know you, but if you love her and she loves you, I mean, that could end up being a beautiful thing. Even if it doesn't work out, and I tell you from experience, I've like, you know, just fucking heartbreak and shit like that. I've had some long relationships that went awry, and you feel that terrible sensation of heartbreak at the end of the relationship, and it lasts a long time. You sometimes think it'll never go away, but it does. It just takes time. And you end up realizing that these heartbreaks make you a much stronger person and make you much smarter and just make you a better person. And you know, you still remember some of the good times you had with that person because there's, you know, that love is just a fucked up thing. It has like this upside and it has this downside. And you know, even if you experience the downside, it's still good to experience the upside. And who knows, it could be your fucking future wife or whatever. The whole her being a virgin and being a churchy girl. First of all, I don't know that that's fact. You know, a girl might say she's a virgin and she might not be. Some of these church girls are some of the craziest girls of all time when it comes to sex, because sometimes just for the sake of being a virgin, they'll only do anal sex or they just suck mad dicks. But suck mad dicks. That sounds funny for some reason. But I don't know. I can't tell you what's up with that. I mean, you're in the South too, so you know, in the southern region of the United States, a lot of people go to church down there, you know, believe in Jesus. And as by my fucking horrible, ignorant, whatever I was saying earlier, you kind of know what I think. Although I do think that there is some kind of thing bigger than us. But I don't think that he fucked a girl and she had his baby. I know God didn't, I know that that's not what the Bible says, but you guys never thought that was weird? And the way that people go along with it, like it's just total truth without questioning any of that. She was a virgin, and then she had a baby. There was God. You guys never thought that was weird? and we drink his blood and eat his body. You never thought that was weird? You just go along with it, and just like Bob Saget was hilarious. Okay, cool. This next question, which is the last question, is by Jaron Jimenez. I am a big fan. I actually came across he does a little bit of praise at the beginning, so I will skip it. I need advice to deal with how to deal with my brother's alcohol problem. This is a sad one. He's 22, a year older than me, so we're close. So we were close growing up. We're not really close anymore because he got into the gang culture and I'm kind of a nerdy TV junkie. The only thing we got in common is our desire to make music. He makes beats and I rap. He always drank alcohol, but I never thought too much about it at the time. It wasn't a big deal until he got arrested in an alcohol-related incident and spent over a year in prison. Oh, that sucks, man. I thought that would help him get over booze, but as soon as he got out, he got back into drinking. I gave him my old computer and installed a good music program on it, bought a mic and all that in hopes that making music would distract him from drinking. But it hasn't. It can actually fuel it, at least for me. I don't know. He drinks, passes out in people's yards, ends up in the hospital, or I got to take care of him and make sure he doesn't get hurt or fall asleep in the shower with the water running. Damn. I live on my own, so I only get to see him on weekend when I visit my family, and we always get excited to make music. But he ends up buying a big case of beer and drinking it by himself, and I got to babysit him all weekend. I tried talking to him about it, but he just kind of blew me off and went out and drank in the park, where he fell down drunk and broke his leg. He's off his feet for the time being, but I'm afraid he's going to want to drink again once he's healed. Shit, maybe having a broken leg would make me want to drink. I don't drink or smoke, so I've never had to deal with an addiction before, so I don't know how to relate to him and speak his language to get him to understand where I'm coming from. People say you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. That's a pretty wise statement. But as his younger brother, I can't help but feel responsible to help out this person. I used to look up to him growing up. I'm lost and don't know what to do. Sorry for the long email, but I really need help with this. Any advice would be great. Jaron, pronounced like Aaron, but with a J. Well, Jaron, I bet you're either in somewhere between Texas and Southern California, or you could be in Northern California, because you're Hispanic and your brother's getting into gang culture. And gang culture is quite different on the East Coast. Well, I don't know. It's different in I'm not sure about, don't know too much about the Latin gangs on the East Coast, but the gang culture on the West Coast is crazy. Just how many rules there are and just how old the shit is, like how long the shit's been around and how it's passed down, and like, you know, people can't help but kind of get involved in it. So props to you for not getting involved in it, because I know people have told me it's just like really fucking hard to do. It's really hard to stay away from that shit when you're just kind of like, it's so ingrained in the area where you live. So props to you for staying out of that. Props to you for being a nerdy TV junkie, as you yourself said. As far as your brother drinking, any substance, whether it be marijuana, cocaine, alcohol, anything, it affects. It's not one type of effect that it has on every single person. It has the same. It might have similar chemical effects, but as far as the way people react to it, it's different in every case. Like I said before with weed, I knew people that had smoked weed for 6 months and they were fucking burnt, like they couldn't think anymore, blah blah blah. And I know people that are 50, 60 years old that smoke every day and they're fucking smart as fuck, and they're quick and they're sharp, et cetera, et cetera. So that affects everybody different, and so does alcohol. Like for me, for example, I'm a very heavy drinker. I'll just put it all out there. I'm pretty much a functioning alcoholic. Like what the stuff that your brother, I might drink as much as your brother, but the stuff that he does is stuff that I don't do. Like I stay at my house, I keep quiet, I don't, you know, every once in a while if I'm out, I might do something foolish. I might like piss on somewhere that I'm not supposed to, but I don't piss myself really. I've never like shit myself. I've never beaten up a cop, you know, I've never like physically abused somebody or whatever. You know, but I've known a lot of people that are like that. I know people that alcohol makes them psycho. I know people that alcohol makes them angry. It makes them want to fight everybody. And I know all you guys out there know violent drunks. So it sounds like your brother is somewhat like that, and if not violent, he's at least a little bit crazy. You said he likes to go to the park and stuff like that. Like for me, alcohol doesn't make me do that. I just want to stay the fucking home. But for me, it actually kind of gets me into making music. So it kind of has the opposite effect on your brother. that being said, I think that in your case, man, it sounds like he's fucking his life up, man. Like, he might. I mean, nobody should be an alcoholic, but in his particular case, man, like, from what you're saying, I think that you should have to have a talk with him, man. He's 22 years old. At this point, you're I don't know. You didn't say your own age, how much older he is than you, but you know, I'm assuming you're probably an adult, you know. And I think that maybe you and maybe talk to some of his friends too. And if he has any more level-headed friends, maybe you should talk to them, and you guys could approach him at the same time, and just talk to him, man. See if he's interested in getting help, or if he's interested in stopping or whatever. Because, like, you know, my homie that, I'm not gonna say his name, but my homie that was in a band, still in a band, amazing band. He quit drinking, and he's quit for a long time. And he said that he woke up one day and he had shit himself, and he told himself that's the last time he would shit himself. And it sounds funny, and it is funny, but you know, whether it be shitting yourself, whether it be punching your girlfriend, whether it be getting arrested, whether it be wrecking your car, or whatever, there's, you know, if he gets to a certain point, you just got to stop. And this dude that I know has since not drank for years, and you know, and he hasn't looked back. So I would say, in his case, you probably should look for some help. And I also would say that I am a terrible person to ask about this, because I deal with my own addictions, and I can't fucking stop smoking to save the life of me. I can't stop drinking for the fucking life of me. And I also have zero knowledge of medicine. I don't really have any knowledge about any topic whatsoever. And if I ever did have knowledge about that topic, say for example the origin of Thanksgiving, I've since forgotten it, and that has probably been replaced. That knowledge has probably been replaced with like a Belle Biv DeVoe lyric, you know, like some older random fact that just won't go away. You know, like I probably still remember, you know, I don't fucking know. I hope this podcast wasn't as bad as it is in my mind. But I will return next week, better prepped, smarter, and better for... Fucking be safe out there.